Welcome back to the 60-second He-Man reviews. This time it's the Queen's Gambit, which is the ending to the Gleenon Might story arc, at least for the time being. So basically, in this episode, Krita has officially made herself Queen of the Gleenons, sends a drone attack to distract the Might's air force while she leads a massive land attack against them, and He-Man and the Galactic Guardians are distracted by flogging the mutants, deep impacting Primus with a meteor from Nordor. I would want to say that this is easily the best episode in the Gleenon Might story arc, and it does have a lot of really promising parts to it, but there are a few annoying nitpicks I have about it as well. Let's get on with it. First, the positives. I love nibble roasting Krita over her accomplishments, which are nil at this point. I did like that Flog and the mutants are actually helping out with Krita's plan. Krita herself is really competent, bamboozling Mara several times, but Mara is also on the ball, realizing that she's been bamboozled, and she even rejects He-Man's help when she finds out about the meteor situation. And we have a second and much more extensive Mara versus Krita fight at the end. The animation on this episode is a little bit weird. All the ship and combat animation is really good, but once again the characters are drawn out of model, which really bothers me. But then the negatives. So there's a lot of troop movement shots in this. I know they did this to emphasize the size of the Gleenon attack, but it gets a little obnoxious. There's a star that doesn't want to stay put during one of the spaceflight scenes, and it really bothers me. Also, the dialogue is at times kind of painfully bad. And the day is saved by the power of backlighting plus a magical space tube from the sorceress. Alright, so the Queen's Gambit is an episode where I have to say you really have to be sold on the Gleenon Might conflict at this point, which is a bit difficult considering how bad the first couple of episodes were. I mean, this episode is a lot of troop movements and a lot of battle scenes. And if that's not your scene, then you're probably not gonna like this. On the other hand, if you do like this shit, then this episode is really good. I also like the fact that Mara is very decisive. This is probably her best character episode. It bothers me a lot that He-Man basically indirectly helps out with a magical meteor-transporting space tube. It bothers me even more because Primus is in danger at the start of this episode, and then the sorceress just shows up all of a sudden to Deus Ex Machina the situation. Because of all the good things that Krita and Mara do, I was very near to giving this episode 2.5 Grayskulls out of 3, but this stupid plot writing decision did leave a sour taste in my mouth, and along with the slightly slipshotty art, is the reason why I can only give this 2 Grayskulls out of 3. As an episode overall, I think it is actually better than Save Our City, but regardless of this, I would say that the Gleenon Might story arc at least ends on a high. Till next time, I have the power, so can you.